Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another WIP and Chat. Now it's been a few weeks since I filmed one. Now, as far as you guys are concerned, you just saw one on Wednesday, which was a couple of days ago, but that was filmed a few weeks ago. Now the first color we're going to start with is going to be 327, DMC 327. It is the number sign on my canvas and it's this beautiful purple. Okay, so I did quite a bit on this canvas, not filming it because it's such a big canvas. I figured I had to do some not on camera or I was going to be doing this canvas for the next year. So at the end of this video, because I already had my camera set up once I thought of it, and I didn't want to take it off and then put it on again and all this stuff, I'll show you the progress. So basically, I have all this left side done. Now I'm starting the top just above her head. This is Blue Zion from Diamond Art Club. It is a 55 by 55. It is a round diamond. And let me see if I can take this down a little bit more. Okay, so I did quite a bit of her hair, which is DMC 310. I didn't do over here, but I did quite a bit going down here. I did quite a bit of the canvas also to the left. So I'll show you that at the end. But I figured that I would work on the top part today because, just because I wanted to work on purple. That was really the sole reason why I didn't continue at the bottom left of the canvas. And I think too, it's a little harder to film at the bottom of the canvas than it is at the top. So I'll probably do some of the bottom of the canvas on my own again, just because I'm anxious to get this one done. Now we went to Halifax yesterday, which is, about 2 hours and 15 minutes from my house where IKEA is. And we were going to a scrapbook store, which is in Windsor, Nova Scotia. So we went there first, did a little bit of scrapbooking shopping. I was really good. I didn't get too much, which was pretty cool. I did get quite a bit in March, so I didn't feel like I needed too much stuff. I got a mini album because I'm doing a class at the end of May, beginning of June, and I needed a mini album. So I did get that. And then there was some frames that I didn't see when she was at Crop and Create that went with the collection that I had chosen to do the class with, which is Simple Stories, and it's a travel one. I'll share it some other day when I announce the class. I'll let you know which collection I used. But it's Simple Stories, the newest travel collection. And so I found some frames. So I was really excited. I got that. And then I got a 6x8 album. And then what else did I get? I got some stickers that went with that collection because I couldn't remember if I had bought the stickers or not. And I thought, you know what, even if I did buy those little stickers before, I know I can use them. It's not a big deal. And then I got one set of alphas, and that was it. That's all I got. I was really impressed. And all the stuff that I got at Crop and Create, I've kind of broken into, I've opened it up and I made some page kits with it. I've made some pages, and the only collection that I haven't used, and that was, by design, on purpose, is what I'm going to use for that class. And I'm hoping to basically use up that whole collection. It's going to be a travel album, like I said, and it's going to be with for my cruise. So I'm going to do a mini album, and I'm hoping to get tons of photos in there, you know, and make different pockets and really make the album kind of different. I did buy some page protectors from Simple Stories, but I'm going to be making sort of my own pages too to put in the album, so that'll be fun. So we went to the scrapbook store, and then we went to IKEA. Man, I love that store, and I wish that, you know, 2 hours is not that far. It feels so far, but really it's not that far. So I did get 3 frames for my diamond painting. And the reason I only got 3 is because I didn't want to get the $5.99 frames. I got, you know, the frames that were a little bit more expensive. They were, one of them was $30, and it was a 60 by 90, which is going to fit my Disney one, the Disney Princess, the Disney Ensemble. It's going to fit that diamond painting so well, I'm hoping. And that's why I didn't buy too many, because I want to test them out. So I figured 3 frames was enough. So I got a 60 by 90. I got a 40 by 50 to put the Harley Quinn one for my daughter. And then I got a 30 by 40. So I tried the 3 different sizes, you know, 3 different sizes. And then when I go back, I'm going to look at the, you know, the other ones if I really like those. They had one that was 50 by 50, and this one is 55 by 55. So I don't want to cut 5 centimeters all the way around. Like, that's a lot. So I'll look for something else for this. But I do have another diamond painting, which is a girl holding a camera that I want to put in my scrap room. And that one was 50 by 50. Almost bought it, kind of put it back at the last minute and said, no, you know, wait. And I think my husband and I will probably go in a couple months or so again, so I can get more stuff. What I did get was, I got a Raskog, another one. They didn't have the dark blue I wanted. Oh, I wanted it so bad. But they were out. All they had was black. So I got another black one. And it's okay, because next time I go, I'll just get another Raskog, because I can use those puppies anywhere. And the reason I wanted a blue one was I want to do a TBR cart. Everybody's doing those TBR carts for their books. And so I got that. And then I also got, I also got a bookcase, a Billy bookcase, another one. Okay, so chat break. We're going to do 3837, which is X on the canvas. And it's another purple. It's much lighter than the last one. So this is the color. Is it focusing? Yeah, okay. So I got a bookcase, and today's Friday. We went there yesterday on Thursday. And my husband's like, oh, I can't put that up tonight. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm beat. We left at 7:30 in the morning. And let me tell you, we did not lollygag. We didn't, waste any time anywhere. We had a quick lunch. We went somewhere for lunch where, we went to Walkbox. And then we went straight to IKEA. And then we were going to go to Lush, and we ran out of time. So we didn't get to go to Lush, which is fine. Like I said, I think I can order stuff online. I'll ask my daughters if they want stuff. And I think it's like $6 shipping or something. So we can just get something online. And so we didn't get to go to Lush, but that was fine. So anyway, yeah, we left at 7:30 and we got home at 7 o'clock last night. By the time, we got to my friend's house, kind of unloaded everybody's stuff, put it in the different vehicles. There was 4 of us that went. It was a blast. I think we're going to do that again because that was a lot of fun. And because there was so many of us going, you know, we split the gas. My friend has a big truck, like a big, like a full-size truck. And it was full. She has one of those covers and it was filled right to the cover. And of course, IKEA, everything's in boxes flat. She got some calyx, and I think next time when we go, I think I'm going to get a couple of calyx too. I can't put them in my craft room because my craft room is full. But I think I would like one for my bedroom for different things, and I might want one for my living room, I think. Because if I could move my scrapbook albums to my living room instead, that would open up my scrap room. You know, it would give me more room to divide stuff up and that kind of stuff. So I might buy a calyx unit. And you can buy like drawers and stuff for it. And we have quite a bit of games and stuff. And I thought, you know, if we get those drawers, a lot of them will fit in the drawers so the games can be sort of hidden. And in that unit. So I think next time we go, I just got one Billy bookcase and I got the extension because I want it to be 7 feet tall. Or the tallest, well, not the tallest because you can keep adding, but I think it's more than 7 feet tall because our ceilings, I think the bookcase itself is 7 feet tall, and then I got the extension, so it makes it like 8 feet tall because there's like about a foot left. So I just got the regular size one. I think next time I'll get the skinnier one to go right beside it in our bedroom. So then I have 3 spots where I'll have books, and they'll have like the tall one and then the skinny one. And then the next spot is a tall one, like a regular size one, and then a skinny one. And then the third place have a tall one and a skinny one. I'm hoping to go back this summer. And get that. Oh, I just turned off my light. Happens when I didn't think when I put my light if I would have put where it turns on at the bottom, and then I wouldn't have to worry about turning it off when I'm working. And then when you get at the bottom, then you just flip the light again so that you don't keep turning off your light. Oh, if I had a big sweater on, I'm going to have to take it off because whew, it's warm. There we go. So it was a blast. Like I said, it was 4 ladies and we went out and had a blast. And I think we're hoping to have a girls' weekend soon and just like rent like a cabin or something and go scrapbooking all weekend. That'd be fun. There. Straighten those out. They're a little crooked. So today I just decided to use just my white pen. I don't know where I got that. One of my diamond paintings. I just grabbed whatever. Okay. Straighten those out. I have one of those straighteners. I really should have that next to me. And then basically it's, you add it to your pen and it's just like a flat surface, and then you can straighten it out. I should have one of those next to me so I can straighten these out. Wasn't thinking. Actually, I wasn't even planning on doing a whip and chat today. I had to have a drink of coffee, sorry. But I realized that I'm out. Like, I did it again. I put one up this Wednesday, and that was my last one. Because by my own fault, I did a one and I deleted it by error. It's okay. All right, I'm at my counter right now, and I made some soaps a few days ago, and I haven't brought them upstairs yet on the drying rack. And man, they smell so good. I think next week I'm going to be doing a charcoal face soap, and I'm going to be doing a mechanic soap. And the reason they call it that is because it's to take inks off, like off your fingers or oil or whatever, stains your hands. And I bought the stuff to make it close to 2 years ago, because it was July. It'll be 2 years ago when, I guess it was September. So it'll be 2 years in September. And I haven't made it yet. So I'm going to make some of that. Oh, and then I want to make a rainbow soap too, because Mason wants a rainbow soap. So I'm going to make that next week, I think. Hadn't made soap in a while. I had made so much because I was coming up with, my own recipe and stuff. And then in Canada, you're not allowed to sell soaps until the government has tested your soaps, and you have to send samples, and you have to, go through this whole process. So I want to make sure that I had tried and tested my recipe first, but I haven't made any since after Christmas. So now it's time I want to, make a few more different ones. And then I'm going to get the license and stuff. Okay. Well, that's coming along good. Those X's. So since the last time I did one of these, the 100, some of the shows that I'm watching, the 100 it's on CW, but it's a Netflix original. And it was on CW for a while, and then they took it away, and then Netflix continued it, and then it got really big, and then now it's back on CW. The only difference is when it was only on Netflix, when they would release the season, they would all be there, like all, 12 episodes or however many episodes they would do per season. And now that it's on CW, it releases on CW on Tuesday nights, and then you can watch it on Netflix like on the Wednesday. So it started on April 30th on CW, and I watched it on May 1st, the next day. And then this week I forgot that, on Wednesday I was able to watch it. Plus on Tuesday night I worked, so that's probably why I forgot. So Wednesday I totally forgot about it. And then yesterday it dawned on me that I hadn't watched the episode of The 100th. So I went to watch it, and oh my goodness, I love that show. Oh, it's one of those shows that I know I can definitely watch it from beginning to end again. My husband said that if I want to watch it again, he'll watch it with me, but we have so many shows that we're trying to watch. I think that'll be difficult. Because I don't usually like to watch more than one show a night. 2 max. And then I go read. I read a little bit last night, but I was beat. The book I'm reading right now is by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and it is called The Boy Most Likely To. I'm just going to stop and move the painting over because I'm trying to do some that is here, and I'm off my light, so I'll be right back. Okay. So that was a little bit of a chat break so that I could move things over. There was quite a bit of X's there, and I figured might as well get it done. So yes, the book I'm reading now, I'm about 120 pages in. It's called The Boy Most Likely To. It's sort of a companion to The Boy Next Door, which I read, I think it was earlier this year, or maybe at the end of last year. No, I think it was last year. And what I thought was true, that I read last month or the month before. It's one that I just read not long ago. I'm really trying to read series quickly, like not wait months and months in between the books, because I don't want to forget. I want to read the series and remember everything. And another book, let me finish talking about The Boy Most Likely To. So this is a character that was in the first one who was sort of like a boy that was, in trouble. He was drinking, and it's, first of all, it's a young adult contemporary. I'm all over the place today. What is going on? My brain is all over the place. It's a young adult contemporary, and it's, this one is about Tim, which was, like I said, he was one of the side characters in the first book, and Alice, which was also a side character in the first book. So it was the best friend of the main character in the first book and the sister of one of the main characters in the first book. And so Tim was going south. He was drinking and doing drugs and everything. And in this book, he's trying to straighten out. And his parents kicked him out of the house, and so he's living at his best friend's house. And so I'm really enjoying it. I know I've seen some people talk about they tried to read it and they hated it and they DNF'd it. I really am enjoying it. I really like the first book too, and I love that when you start reading another book and it's the same characters. It's sort of the same principle as a TV show. I rather watch TV show instead of movies because of that reason, because I kind of get attached to the characters. Okay, so can you guys see over here? No, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do this one here, which is, that's 3607. It's a pink. Although, I am going to talk about some movies that I listened to lately. And like I said, I usually don't watch movies, but lately I think I've watched, is it 2? It's 2 or 3. The first one that I watched was The Perfect Date. And he is the main character that was in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I watched this on Netflix. If I'm going to watch anything, it's on Netflix. I enjoy my Netflix. I have Netflix and I have Amazon Prime, but I have to like Amazon videos, Prime videos, but I did it again. I mostly watch stuff on Netflix. There's a few things I want to watch on Prime though, so I mean, it comes with my Prime. Oh, I had a extra little guy there, so I'll put that there. Put those 2 here. So it's called The Perfect Date, and it was so cute. I enjoyed it. It reminded me of a young adult contemporary, and it was super cute. I loved it. The second movie I watched was Book Club. Oh my goodness. I laughed so hard for that movie. My husband was asking me, what I was doing that I was laughing so hard. And what this has done is I saw that Palms is coming out on May 10th, or today, this weekend. It's coming out this weekend. And me and 3 other girls, we're going to go see it on May 19th. We're going to go for supper first, and then we're going to go see Palms together. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait. So that's going to be next weekend. Yay. I'm trying to be better at not staying home all the time, because it's not good. I tend to, when I don't work, I don't go out. So I'm trying to do stuff. So yesterday I went to IKEA. Next weekend I'm going to go to the movies with my girlfriends. And then this weekend too, we're starting keto again today. So tonight we're having cauliflower potatoes and chicken wings. And that's it. Until all the good fruits, I'm going to call them, come out for the summer, I think I'm going to be fairly strict on my keto diet. But I told my husband, I said, this summer, I want to eat fruits. Last summer, we didn't eat any fruits. And I said, this summer, I want to eat fruits. So maybe in the summer, we'll do what I call the soft keto. We'll do mainly that, but I'll just make sure that I eat fruits. So the next DMC I'm going to do is the one next to it. It's 3608. And it is like a baby pink. Super cute. I love the colors. I think that's my favorite thing. Now, Diamond Art Club came out with some new releases. They're super cute, but I'm going to resist, I hope. I did check and they have a 25% off sale. It probably won't, it'll be done by the time you see this because it's a Mother's Day sale and it ends on Sunday, I think. And instead of $30 shipping, it was only $20. So I'm like, oh, is that like a sale thing? So maybe I should get the couple that I want. Oh, I don't know what to do. But the funny thing is the ones I want are the ones that are on sale for Mother's Day. The new release are not on sale for Mother's Day. It's the one that I want. So I don't know what to do. Because last week I was like, okay, you know, you did your stash thing. You have like, I don't know, 70, close to 70 or 75 that are undone. So you need to get some completed before you get more done. So I was trying to come up with a number, you know, get 10 done and maybe you can get 2, something like that, so that the stash doesn't keep growing. And then I get things done. You know, I get them completed and they don't just keep growing and growing and growing and then they don't get done. But now it's like, oh, but there's a sale. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I want to get it. Don't get me wrong. But do I say, okay, well, I'll just get those and then I'll go on that sort of that resolution kind of thing, you know, get 10 done and then buy 2, because that's all I would buy would be 2. So then I would be like, okay, well, now you can't buy any till you get 10 done. I could start it that way. Buy my 2 before I get 10 done. So right now I'm working on the Harry Potter 5 panel. I'm almost done one of the panels. I have maybe a ½ inch from the top left to do. And I'm working on this one, which I probably have altogether maybe close to a quarter done now. Like after this session, I guess I'll have pretty close to a quarter done or a quarter done. And then I got a flamingo one, which I got a pretty big section. Wow, not like, it's a 30 by 40, so it's a smaller one. And I got a section done like that on it on Monday night. No, on Tuesday night. So I did a pretty big section on it, but now I wanted to work on this one. Oh, and I'm working on the Disney ensemble, and that I literally have just a little bit. That one, I have to keep it upstairs in my craft room on my desk because it's so big. So that's why I want to get it done right away. Like I'm working on it already, even though I just bought that. It's one of the last ones I bought. Because it's kind of in the way. It's kind of annoying, it's in the way. So I just want to get it done. And I bought the frame for it yesterday. So I can put it in the frame right away because I have nowhere to store it. So it needs to get done. Okay, so that was the percentage sign, and I think I got it all done. Okay, so yay. So the next one I'm going to do, so chat break. The next one I'm going to do, is going to be the one right next to it. So that's going to give some nice shading and stuff because it's the 3 DMC numbers like right in a row. So it is 3609. So 3609, and it's even a lighter pink than the last one. Super cute. I don't think I have a ton of those. I have a little bit. And that symbol looks like a tab. So that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna do, I'm stuck. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna try to do about an hour video today, and then that'll be for next Wednesdays. So like the 15th, I think is what it is. I wanna try and get my videos done a little bit ahead of time. I was doing a video a day for all the month of April, but now I'm going to be doing at least 3 a week. 2 of them are going to be scrapbooking, and one of them is going to be diamond painting. And I forgot when I made my soaps, I could have filmed it, because now I have my new tripod that hooks onto my countertop, because before I had to take my tripod that was upstairs that I use for my lives, and it was a lot of work to get it set up and stuff, so I never did it. If it's too much work, I don't do it. You know, to take it where it's all ready to go, and then I have to change the orientation of it, and it was too much. This one here, I got it on Amazon. It was like $12, and now I'm going to be using it for when I make diamond painting, and I'm going to be using when I make soaps. So soap videos probably won't be a ton of them, but I've had a few people ask me, you know, like, oh, you're going to do more soaps? So I'm going to be doing a few videos doing some soaps. Okay, so the next one is this one right here, and it's DMC 208, and it's a purple again. So I'm going to do that. And so that's the color. So it's 208. Okay, get this done. So, oops. Again, I got a little stowaway, but I got it off my pen before I went to the canvas. I am loving doing diamond painting. It's so relaxing. And for me, my personality, even though I'm relaxing, I have to be doing something, because then I feel like I've wasted my time. I know, I need to learn to chill. And also, I find that I have to keep my brain occupied. I think it's more that. That's one of the main reasons why I have a hard time sleeping, is because my brain doesn't stop. I'm always thinking of the next thing that I want to do, or work. Which, when I think about work, it's not a good thing. I need to leave work at work, which I'm human. Oh my goodness, I have to tell you guys what happened to me the other day. I literally was shaking for a few hours after. Like, it really shook me bad. First of all, I had not a good day at work. And when I say I didn't have a good day at work, it's because it's the type of call that we got, and I just hate those. It bothers me. I don't like them. So, and they usually involve children, the calls that I really bother me. Anyway, I was, so after, 12-hour shift, I'd been at work close to, I'd been up for 14 hours. Been at work for 12, almost 13 hours because I went in early and the person that relieved me late. So I basically worked for 45 minutes, close, 35 minutes for free. So I was exhausted and I had just left work. So I was still on the same street that I work on. And it was a beautiful day. The sun was out. And I'm driving along. I had the windows down because, like I said, it was beautiful. And there was a bunch of cars parked on the side of the road. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see kind of a flutter, And I was like, what was that? Was that kids, running on the sidewalk? And something in my gut just told me to slow down, even though I wasn't going fast, like I was going the speed limit. And all of a sudden, it was kids. They ran right in front of the last car that was parked out there. They ran right in front of it. So it's not as if they went way ahead of it. They went right in front of it, and they were shorter than the SUV because it was a big SUV that was parked there. They must have been, 5 or 6 years old, and they ran right in front of me. 2 was on foot, and the other 2 were on bikes. The 2 that were on bikes were a little older, but because they were on bikes, they were like smaller bikes. They were probably still like, maybe 7 or 8. They weren't that much older. Anyway, I had to slam on the brakes. They were like, I was maybe 5 feet from them, which I know, like, that's still a little ways away, but not like, to me, that's too close. I was freaking out on the inside because I thought, you know what? I just worked all day, sort of helping to save people because that's my job. I work for 911. And then can you imagine if on the way home I would have hit some kids? It wouldn't have been my fault because they literally didn't stop. They ran right in front of me, but that doesn't change anything. That would have wrecked me. I would have been done. I would have been toast. 4 of them too. And then the mom was sitting on the steps, and she just kind of says, "Oh, guys, you shouldn't run in front of cars." And I'm like, what? Like, if that would have been me, I would have flipped because my kids almost got hit. Right? Am I the only one like that? Like, I would have been like, get your butt in the house right now. I've told you before, you don't run on the street. Like, the kids would have been punished, like, get inside the house right now. Like, Mama Bear would have clicked in. Now, I was tempted to pull over on the side of the road and get out, and I was in my uniform, so they would have known that I worked for, the ambulance. And I wouldn't have been mad. I would have just told them, like, how important it is not to run in front on the road. And the last thing I want to do is, that breaks my heart when I have to send ambulances because kids got hit by a car or, anything involving kids. And, I was shaking. Well, that night I was picking up my husband. I had bought a hockey net for Mason from one of my coworkers. And instead of bringing it home and then going back and, you know, bringing it to his house because we have a hockey, did I say a hockey rink? Oof, you can tell I am just a hockey net. And we have a hockey net here. So instead of bringing it home and then have to bring it in, you know, it filled the entire back of my SUV. So I went to pick up my husband. He had to pick up some softballs because he's playing softball this summer. And I had to pick him up anyway. So I'm like, perfect, you know, she's bringing the hockey net tonight. I have to pick you up. I was working. Then that way my son could go home right after school. He didn't have to wait. All that jazz, you know, all was aligning really good. So anyway, we went to Mason's house. Oh, I forgot an X. I hate that when I do that. So anyway, I get out of the car and I have the chat with Mason that I didn't go and have with the kids. And I'll tell you why I didn't go out and have the chat with the kids. Because of how the mom reacted, I figured that she would maybe freak out at me because, you know, I was talking to her kids and they didn't do anything wrong. Because it really sounded like she didn't think, you know, like, yeah, she's told them you shouldn't, you know, run out in front of cars, but like, it was a close call, like 4 or 5 feet, and that was just way too close. And if I wouldn't have had that sort of like gut feeling, I don't know if I would have been able to stop, because yes, the speed limit is 30 kilometers per hour there, but I think I slowed down to like maybe 20 because I had that. So I was already slowing down because I just had this, I don't know, feeling that if it's kids and they run in front of me, I won't be able to stop if I'm going the regular speed limit. And thank goodness for our instincts, right? I'm so glad for instincts. Follow your gut. And I tell my kids that, you know, follow your gut. And I've always done that with my kids. You know, whenever I think of something and I'm like, guys, maybe you shouldn't. And then like, of course, my husband says, oh, hon, you need to relax, you know. And then 10 minutes later, exactly what I said happens. And I'm like, see, I have those instincts for a reason. So yeah, I followed my gut. But so I had the talk with Mason, and he's like, oh, don't worry, Nami, I don't run out in front of cars. But I'm like, sometimes, you know, if you're playing with a ball and you don't think, you know, like, buddy, like, if you get hit by a car, you don't come back from that. It's not like a game. It's not something that you can come back from. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this over because there's some there, and I want to do them. So, I mean, I wasn't like talking to him upset or anything. I was just telling him, I said, you know, Nami just got scared really bad because I could have hit and I could have killed those kids. Because I have an SUV, so it's pretty tall, so I would have hit them, you know, in the head, right? So anyway, I don't even want to think about that anymore. But so Wednesday, you know, something had happened at work before that sort of took the winds out of my sails already. It was already a hard day. And then that happened. Wednesday, I was no good. When something like that happens the next day, I am just in bed. I can't function. You know, most days now I'm doing pretty good, but it doesn't take much for me to fall back. Not much at all. So I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep doing that job. How many times do I say that? I love it. I should say I love that I'm helping people. That's what I love. But everything else is bloody hard. Okay, so that's done. So I'm gonna put those away. Now let's talk about happy stuff. So I watched I guess it was only 2 movies. The Book Club, which I absolutely adore. It's on Netflix. I would totally suggest to go watch that. Totally loved it. And then I watched, I think I'm going to do that little thing right there. It's kind of like a bar across, and that's 3371. So that's a dark one. I've done mostly, it's like a dark brown. I've done mostly light stuff, so I'm okay to do a little bit maybe of dark. Just so I can finish this section here. And then, it means that much closer to getting the first or the top 2-3 inches done of the canvas, which is good. I'm just anxious to see what it's going to look like. So I'm at 30 minutes and my low battery came on. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go until the battery dies. So I'm just going to keep watching when the battery dies. That's how long this whip and chat is going to be. So it's going to be an hour or whenever the battery dies, which it's already at 30 minutes. So it could be like maybe 40-45 minutes before the battery dies. Probably another 15-20 minutes. We'll see. This is my new phone, so I haven't filmed with it a lot. So I don't know. I was gonna say, let me stop it because now I can't even see, but I don't know if I can. Oh, see, I'm glad I pushed it over because I was looking and that wasn't the right sign. Okay, I'm gonna have to take my phone right off, and then it's done that you can't take that low battery sign without. Oh, I was able to. Yay. Okay, it's shaking a little bit, but I thought I was gonna have to take it off the stand, but I was able to sneak a little bit of my finger in there and turn it off. Oh, and then, so I'm reading that book, what I thought was true. No, The Boy Most Likely To. And then another book that I just finished is the second book in the Darkest Minds trilogy. Oh, I love that series. I'm so glad I started reading it. And now there's novellas that go with that. And I should have read the first novella in between book 1 and 2. I didn't do enough of my research, but that's okay. I'm going to read it now. And then I have to read novella 2 in between book 2 and 3. So I'm going to make sure to do that before I read book number 3. So I'm going to read the novellas this month. So I might not be able to read all the books that I wanted to read because I'm adding some that I didn't know I wanted to read or had to read before the next one. So I had a list of 9 or 10. So that's adding a couple, which is fine. I just like having a TBR, and TBR means to be read, because then I know what I want to read. If I stand in front of my bookcase, sometimes it can take me quite a bit of time. I'm talking days to decide what am I going to read next? But if I have a little pile, and that's why I got my TBR cart, I'm going to put some of my books that I want to read in that, so that I have more room on my bookcase for my books that either I've read or are waiting to be read, you know, at a later time. So what I did was I made a list of, I want to read 100 books this year. So I made a list of over 100 books that I want to read this year, because I want to give myself some options. And then when I make my monthly TBR, I go to that 150 books. And then I choose from there the books that I want to read. What I do is, I think I put like 120 actually. And then I just add some new releases, because I want to read some new releases this year. I think I said that I wanted to read 12 new releases. So, you know, books that were published in 2019. So then it feels like, okay, yeah, you bought the books, but then you're reading them right away, at least in the same year. And usually those books are standalones. So they are contemporaries, or they're a standalone, you know, fantasy or thriller, you know, a book that the whole arc of the story is in one book. So I want to read 12 of those, because usually I wait for a whole book series to be done before I read it, because I like to read it boom, 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 all in a row. Oh, that's another thing too. The other day I had this bullet journal where I keep track of all the books that I read, and, you know, all my goals for my books and everything. And I was updating it, and I have a section where I keep track of all the series that I read. And I'm like, oh, I wonder how many, you know, series I have completed. I have 55 series completed. I think that's pretty awesome. And it's totally because when I start a series, I try to finish it. You know, first of all, I only start series that are finished. And then I read, you know, book 1 month, book 2 the other month. It's very rare that I'll read them completely in a row. I did that last month with the Themis File by Sylvain Nouvel. I read them all like boom, boom, boom. There was 3 in the series. I read all 3 in a month. It's very rare that I do that. Usually I'll just read 1 a month, because I want to read, or I want to start 20 different series this year. So in order to do that, I have to start close to 2 a month at least in order to make that goal. So if I only read, you know, a series, then I won't be starting enough series to make that goal. I want to finish 12 series this year, which if I do more than that, then, you know, I'm really happy. But if I finish 12, I'll be really happy with that. So it's not as if I want to finish all the series that I start this year. I just got to make sure that I start at least 20. And the thing with that is, for example, the 7 Realms series from Cinda Williams-Chima, depending when I start those, there is 4 books in that series. So if I only start it, let's say in October, well, I'm not going to finish it this year, but at least I will have started this series this year. And if I read 2 or 3, I can finish it next year. That's not a big deal. I still read 1 a month. It's just, you know, it's in my piles of some that are finished. And usually, because I want to start 20 series this year, again, I make a list of all the series that I want to start this year, not necessarily finish, but start. And because I want to, you know, start 20, I made a list of 25. So again, oh, I'm off camera. Again, giving myself options. So I have 5 extra series than what I want to start. I can't remember. We're in, like, it's May right now. And by June, I should have like 10 started. And I think I'm at 8. So I'm pretty much on track. And by the end of the month, I think I'll have 9. So I just got to make sure to keep that going for the rest of the year, and I'll meet that goal. And I think I finished, I think I'm about at half, you know, finished. So about 6, so I'm on track for that too, if not a little ahead, which is cool. And as far as, you know, the numbers of books read, I think I'm at 34. And the last time I finished a book, it said again that I was on track. So yay. So it's always like you're on track or you're 1 behind. You're on track or you're 1 behind. So I'm pretty much on track, you know, which is good. I'd like to get 1 or 2 ahead, because if something happens, then I'm going to fall really behind. But I'm doing good. It's not as if, you know, like if I don't make the goal, it's the end of the world, because it's not. This is just a personal goal. I'm the type of person that I need to make goals in order to get anything done. You know, like even, you know, getting stuff done around the house. I make lists every day. Okay, I need to get this done. And then I get the satisfaction of, you know, check, that's done. So I like checking things off. Love that. So, oops, it's not coming off because it was not aligned properly. So we'll just move it and put that there. So I'm at 42 minutes. So I'm trying to think what else I could talk about. Oh, the 2 types of soaps I made this last time. I made an oatmeal soap that is good for eczema, dry skin. And Mason has really, he has patches of eczema sometimes. Like the doctor has given him cream for it and everything. And so I figured I would make him a soap too. So he can use it. And also for Taylor. And then the other soap I just made like my regular recipe. And the fragrance, what was the fragrance? Do I remember? Oh yes. Was it black raspberry vanilla? I think that's what it was, black raspberry vanilla, which I absolutely, no it wasn't. I was thinking about black raspberry vanilla, but I did coconut something, because it reminded me of the Caribbeans. And I'm missing the Caribbean, so I was thinking of that. So, yay. I was thinking of that. So I did 2, and I ordered some more stuff because I wanted to put some different stuff in my mechanic soap. So I ordered some stuff, and it should be here. If it doesn't come in today, it should be coming in early next week. So I'll have it so I can make it next week. Let me see. Can you see there? No. Okay, so we will move up here. So these dark colors, what I do, because with Mandy Manzano's design, there is quite a bit of 310s, and in this painting, there is quite a bit of 3371s, which is dark brown. So what I tend to do is, instead of just working on that color, I try to spread it out so I don't feel like I'm, you know, working with that color for a long time. I try to do little bits at a time. And then that way, I sort of get like the boring parts, if you want to call them, done a little bit at a time. It's not really boring, it's just, I don't know. It's great for, what I like about Mandy Manzano's painting is that her outline of the canvases. So I really love those. And let me see. So in order to have that, she needs to have, you know, the 3371s and the 310s, but I just like to spread them out. So the types of, I'm all over the place. The types of soaps that I make is cold process soap. So you work, you know, with lye solution, which lye solution is caustic. And what that means, it means that it gets super, super hot. When I add the lye to the water, it goes up to like 175 degrees Celsius. So you have to wear the proper equipment and all that stuff. You gotta wear gloves, you gotta wear glasses, but I absolutely love making soaps. And I think once we get our basement finished, we're gonna make me a little area down there where we're going to put, you know, make it a little area where I can make soaps. And I don't know if I'll be able to cure them down there because, you know, basements are a little humid, but I can find a spot in my craft room. And that's where the calyx would come good, because then I could put my albums up here and it would free up tons of those Michael's Recollection containers where I could put my cardstock, and then where I have my cardstock now, I could cure my soaps there. So I could totally do that. And I also bought a container last year at IKEA that fits perfectly in my closet, and it's the perfect rack for drying soaps, which, man, I can tell you, it makes your closet smell really good when you dry soaps in your closet. So I'm gonna have quite a few places. So my goal right now is to, you know, be ready to start selling soaps for the Christmas season. That's my goal. So I'm still working on a bunch of, you know, different soaps and different recipes, because the charcoal soap is going to be totally different than the regular, you know, in the shower soap kind of thing. So can you see this? Yes, okay, so I'll do that last row there. And the pumice soap, that's gonna be different. And that's gonna be good too for like scrapbookers, because scrapbookers, you know, when we do messy stuff, you get inks all over your hands. And also good for like mechanics, because they get their hands all messy. Okay. Can you see? Yep, I can go right to there. Okay, I'm gonna do those. How are we doing on time? 50 minutes. I might go to like, not totally an hour. We will see. Kind of running out of stuff to talk about. I saw one of the diamond painters. Oh, what is her name? Oh, I can't remember. It's foreign service. Oh, I can't remember. I know her and her husband, they lived in Tunisia. They're in the States right now. They're in between sort of their postings. And then they're going to Germany. I love her videos. But I can't remember her. Foreign Service Crafter, I think is what her YouTube channel is. And I forgot what I was going to say now. I forget why she popped into my head. Oh man, the brain is tired. Yeah, I totally forgot. But anyway, if you haven't found her on YouTube yet, go check her out. I can't remember why I was going to refer to her. But anyway, can't remember what I was talking about. Can you see this? Yes. Okay, so we'll do this one. This one. Okay. And this here, down here, you can't see. Can you see here? Not really, so we won't do that. How about if we do this one here? It's kind of a lighter color again. Kind of finish off with maybe some lighter colors. Because I don't know when my phone's gonna die, so if I don't have time to say, you know, bye, thanks for watching, it's because my phone died. Let me see. So that is 550. So that's a nice bright color. It's a purple again. So let's get some purple done. Or maybe what I'll do is just charge my phone and then kind of finish off to, yeah, that's probably what I'll do. If it does, is I'll just charge my phone and then I'll do the showing you the canvas as I'm saying goodbye. So I have a few of those. There's not too many of those. There's some up here. There we go. I think it's almost time for me to refill my pen with some wax. Let me see. Okay. Getting done. Yeah, you can do, oh, I forgot one of those signs. Oh man, why do I do that? I forgot one of the X's. Now I forgot one of those. So then usually what I do is when I turn off the camera, I just open the containers and I fill those in, because I don't want to start next time and just have like one X and one, 3371 to do. So I just get them done right away. It's funny, like when you open the container, it looks like, oh yeah, I have quite a bit of those to do. And then you start putting them down and you're like, oh, well, that wasn't that many. I'm already done. So that's done. Okay, so that was 550, DMC 550, and it was like a nice purple. Okay, so one more color, and then we're gonna call it done for today. What color? I'm going to do number 2, because then it'll finish off that little section right here. And there's not a lot there. Number 2 is 154, DMC 154, and it's another dark purple. So that's going to finish that off. Okay. So tell me what, when you listen to these, do you work on your own WIP and, your own work in progress, or do you just, my friend yesterday was telling me that, she doesn't do diamond painting, but she just listens for the chit chat. So I'm curious, do you work on something? Are you one of my scrapbookers and you work on scrapbook and just listen, or do you work on your own work in progress? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so that's it. That was the only number 2s. I am done, and we'll wrap it up for this time around. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Oh, I just dropped my tray, so sorry about that. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I want to thank you for subscribing, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.